Welcome to Laurel Highlands, where today the Mustangs host the Highlands Golden Rams. I'm Mike Choma, and along with cameraman Dan, we're here to bring you all the action. Mike Pavlik is out of town today. First off, let's talk about why this game. The big question is, you got the number 3 Mustangs in 5A, the number 4 Golden Rams also in 5A, playing before the tournament starts. The reason's pretty simple. Both teams wanted to get a quality opponent on the last day they can play before the tournament starts. And on being opposite sides of the bracket, why not? Worst case scenario would actually be the best case scenario too. Both teams play all the way through and they meet in the championship. Both coaches have agreed they would both like that to happen. In our last pregame, we talked about Highlands beating Hampton in overtime and why it happened. And it was simple. We only committed 6 turnovers and we played tough defense on the leading score coming into the overtime. What happened against Taylor days? Well, it was the exact opposite. We committed 18 turnovers, and we allowed their leading scorer to get free and eventually make the winning 3-pointer. The question is, what Highlands teams will show up today? That answer in a few moments, but let's first talk about Highland Tire. Again, Highland Tire, located in Trenton Heights in Trenton. Alan's still giving out those carnations up in the Heights, so when you stop in to see him, he'll take care of you there. Hey, they're number 1 in tires, oil changes, and auto repair. So we know one team is seated number 1. That's the Highlands Tire team. Call them into Trenton Heights at 724-224-7900. In Trenton, it's 724-224-9222. Or Highland Integrity Alignment at 724-224-5900. We'll be back with the starting lineups. Let's take a look at the starting lineup in their brown with gold numerals. We'll start for the Golden Rams. 0, Chandler Timmons, 6'3" sophomore, averages 9.4 per game. Sophomore, number 1, Jimmy Quint, 6'2", averages 17.6 per game. DJ Loveland, a senior, 6'1", averaging 5.8, but he's had some big games lately for the Golden Rams as he gets the last 2 starts. Number 11, Trent Belak, 6'2", in the middle, a senior, averaging 2 points a game. And number 14, Carter Leary, junior, 5'11", averaging 8.9 points per game. And now for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they are 9-0 in section, 11-3 overall. Rick Hallward is their coach. They won the 5A championship last year, so we have 2 champions. We were the 4A champs. They were the 5A champs, and they had a great year last year. And they will start number 1, Keandre DeShields, a 6'2" sophomore. That name may sound familiar. He has brothers who have played at Uniontown. He's recently transferred in. Number 2, first team All-State, Rodney Gallagher, 6' sophomore. He was that as a freshman. Number 5, Caleb Colombo, a 5'10" senior. He's a shooter for them. At forward, number 12 is Brandon Davis, 6'2" sophomore. And the big guy in the middle, and he's a big one, number 21, Nick Engnot, 6'3" senior. And again, this team is outstanding. I saw them play in the championship game. They beat Mars in that championship game by 1. And it was one heck of a game. That game, they basically played Rodney Gallagher one-on-one, man-to-man, which I thought was a mistake. I saw the first game against Hampton in the playoffs, and they did a great job with their 2-3 zone. You couldn't pick Gallagher out of the lineup in that game because, again, he was going 1-on-5. In those championship rounds, the Laurel Highlands team beat Hampton in the first round. We mentioned Mars in the championship. Also, they beat Penn Hill and a tough Thomas Jefferson team, which is in their section. Opening tip, Jimmy Quint's going to jump, and it's controlled by Laurel Highlands. That is Davis with the ball. He gets it back to Gallagher. You're going to see that a lot. The ball is going to be on Gallagher's hands most of today. Highlands, I think, doing the right thing, starting out in a 2-3 zone, make him shoot over top of it. You got to shade that zone towards Gallagher, though. There's no doubt about it. Davis wins the baseline, kicks out over to Gallagher. He penetrates. Misses with the jumper, battle inside. Chandler Timmons comes down with the rebound. Chandler's been averaging double digits in rebounds this year. And the Golden Rams will go to work, and let's see how Laurel Highlands sets up. Right now, looks like a straight man-to-man. Jimmy picks up his dribble, gets over to Chandler. Timmons penetrates, turns, shoots, and bounces at the back of the rim. Hauger with the rebound. And here comes Laurel Highlands. I think the key to today's game is transition, trying to keep them out of transition. That shot by DeShields misses. Jimmy controls the tip. Oh, it's run away by Loveland. Davis gets the steal, converts the basket, and the Golden Rams trail here 2-0. First turnover, and again, last game against Ted Allardyce, 18 turnovers, way too many. The game before, Hampton only 6 turnovers. That was the difference. Hines has to control the ball. Pavlik with it now, gets it over to Quince. Turnaround, straight on, hits the back of the iron. Here's the transition I was talking about. And Jimmy has to foul DeShields. You got to make them back up on defense. You got to attack the basketball. Stop the ball is the key we use when you're playing a team that wants to run transition. Didn't do it that time. Jimmy gets his first, team first. Not playing a box of one. They got Carter Leary on Gallagher, which again I can see as a good idea. Davis around the screen. He's got all 4 of Laurel Highlands points. They lead here 4-0. I was quickly stopped. Timmons working one-on-one again. Had to throw up a wild one. Second turnover by the Golden Rams. And here's that transition we talked about. Gallagher's going to be fouled by Carter Leary. He'll go to line, shoot a pair. Laurel Highlands got off to a rocky start this year. They were 2-3 before Christmas. They lost to McKeesport by 3, at Bell Vernon by 8, and at Chartiers Valley by 4. Gallagher missed with the first one. For being a first-team All-State selection, he struggles a little bit from the foul line. Only a 60% shooter. Of course, Highlands would take 60%. He makes the second. And it's 5-0 here. Laurel Highlands on their home court. And our last tune-up before the playoffs start on Wednesday for both teams. Loveland spins, kicks over to Chandler Timmons. Quince for 3, back iron again. Egnott with the rebound, gets it out quickly to Davis. Over to Plumbo, he's a shooter. He misses everything. Timmons with another rebound. And now the Golden Rams will go on the attack. Jimmy Ryan, everybody up and in. Quince puts Highlands on the board, 5-2 now. Quickly to the front court, DeShields. Gallagher gets it at the point. Back in the 2-3. Carter Leary shading him a little bit though. Now it looks like a kind of a matchup. Timmons came out to the high post with DeShields. Trying to get a screen for him. Pavlik jumps out on Gallagher. Gallagher just wants to go one-on-one right here, and let's see what they got. They're going to call a blocking foul. Now let's see if they count the basket. They're going to say 2 shots. How could it be? The ball went in. It's either got to be a 1-shot foul or no basket. Let's see what the call is. Can't be shooting 2 foul shots and not in the bonus. That's the question. Well, Creighton Timmons is going to check in. They just want to see if the basket is good. Still no decision on the basket. Now they count the basket. So Geller gets his first suit. No go to line. Carter Leary now has 2 fouls quickly. And Geller go to line and shoot 1. One of the reasons I thought Laurel Highlands struggled early in the year was they've had 2 transfers come in, DeShields being one of them, and I think it just took them time to gel. Chandler Timmons in for 2. Gallagher plays high-level AAU, and 2 of his AAU players were in nearby school districts and transferred in to make them a little bit stronger. And when you're in a 5A champ, how strong do you need to get? DeShields to the rack, and they're going to say what? A foul? What came first? Did he fall, or was there a foul? They're going to say there's a foul on DJ Loveland before the foul. That's fouls. Laurel Highlands yet to commit one. Gets the ball on the wing, penetrates, kicks, back to Gallagher. All roads lead to Rodney Gallagher. And he's soft on the back iron, but the Shields gets the rebound over Timmons, blocked by Foster. Highlands out and running now. Over to Leary. Leary penetrates, tries to go up and under, gets it to Foster. Foster back to Quint. 3 hits the back iron. That's 3 off the back iron so far. Loveland keeps it alive. Over to Foster. He'll shoot a 3. Front iron that time. Timmons, great job to keep it alive, but it's off Leary's hands. Third Highlands turnover. None committed by Laurel Highlands so far. Coach Rick Howler has been here for a while. He's the gentleman you'll see in the gray shirt. He is not as vocal as his assistants. His assistants are really vocal about getting the ball to Rodney Gallagher. Now it looks like a 2-1-2. Pacey's checked in the lineup for the Golden Rams. 3:24 to go here in the first quarter. Highlands trailing 8-4. The Shield takes a long one. Back iron. A lot of back iron today. Means long rebounds. Timmons gets his 4th rebound. This is something new when we have Timmons handle the ball, and that's a problem right there. We're fortunate that the ball was tipped out of bounds by Davis. Highlands will keep the ball. Will Long's going to check in early for Timmons. Highlands go to work here. 3:09 to go in the first quarter. Foster will inbound on the scorer's table. Back to Jimmy Timmons. I said Jimmy Timmons. Here's a flash of the pass. We talked about Jimmy Timmons all the way down there. How about Jimmy Quinn? Shot by Loveland. He's been hot of late. Rolls in and out. Right to Foster. He's going to be lucky to keep the ball. Looked like it went off of his hands. That time I think Braden just went straight up with it, but brought it down, dribbled, and the ball got knocked out of bounds. Foster gets fouled this time. They'll shoot a pair, first team foul, and that's going to go on the Shields for Laurel Highlands. Foster go line to shoot a pair. Braden's been there only one time this year, misses on the attempt, makes his first one there. That makes him 50-50 on the year. And Highlands trails 8-5. Foster makes them both. Now they trail by 2 here. First quarter, 2:48 to go. Highlands not going to go 1-3-1. They flatten it out to a 2-3. Foster challenges that shot and got the rebound. Blow by Davis. He's met at the rim by Khalil Long, and Khalil's going to get that foul. That's the 5th team foul for Highlands. Davis misses with the first. And remember, the playoffs start Wednesday, and when the playoffs start, Laurel Highlands number 3 seed will play the winner of the Shaler Ringgold game. Missed the second, controlled by the Shields. Highlands will play the Trinity-Kiski winner. That game is going on right now. Kiski is in the lead there. We'll update you. Mike Pavlik has been kind enough to keep track of things on the out-of-time scoreboard for us. Right now, though, the Golden Rams trying to hold the Shields out. Will Long going to pick up his second foul quickly. More importantly, that's the second and 1 of the quarter. And the Shields will be on the line to shoot 1. The other thing Highlands did when they played Hampton was control the boards, and so far, these and 1s are basically putbacks. And the Shields has his first basket. Jaden Pratt, super sub, he's their 6th man, but he averages about 8 points a game. He's very athletic. He comes in for Egnott. Foul shot is good. 10-6 now. It's going to be 11-6. Laurel Highlands looks like they are playing straight man-to-man. Casey picks up his dribble over to Loveland. High pass to Timmons, can't control it. And that's going to be the 4th Highlands turnover. Laurel Highlands, to their credit, have yet to commit a turnover, and in comes freshman Cam Regard. Going to give DJ a break. So it's Regard, Pacey, Quince, Foster, and Timmons. Pacey, the only senior out there. Colombo, the shooter. Once again, back rims it. Fight for the rebound. Who controls it? Unfortunately, off of Highlands' hand. Laurel Highlands will inbound. 1:41 to go. 11-6. The Mustangs. And they go right to Gallagher. Like I said, this guy is going to have the ball 80% of the time. Corner for Pratt. Looked like he was fouled. No call. Quince on the rebound, gets doubled. Quickly over to Pacey. Pacey's going to travel. The 5th Highlands turnover. Laurel Highlands has yet to commit a turnover, and we're down only 5 points. We're like the girl with the curls. Sometimes we're good, and sometimes not so good. So far, turnovers 5, way too many in the first quarter, especially when we haven't forced a turnover yet. Regard playing on Gallagher against the 1-3-1. Too easy that time for number 12, Brandon Davis. He leads with 6 points. And basically double up Highlands here in the first quarter. 1 minute to go, trailing 13-6. Quince on the baseline, stops, back to Pacey. Pacey baseline, has it slapped away from him. Highlands will inbound underneath. Trailing 13-6. In the corner for 3, off the back rim. This time, ball goes over to Shields. Gallagher going to come out and get it. Collects, pass to Palumbo, the shooter, down to Pratt. Pratt gets it back to Gallagher. Gallagher over to Shields, blocked by Foster. Pratt gets it, and the basket's good. Jaden Pratt is a great 6-man coming off the bench. He does not start, but boy, when he gets in there, he's very effective. See if they can get that foul too. It is Chandler Timmons. He gets his first. And again, 7-1 foul so far. And there's a reason for that. Highlands committed 7 of them. To the line. He converts. He's got a quick 5 off the bench. Always matching Highlands' total of 6. Brown into the lineup. Where's number 4 for Laurel Highlands? Quince wide to the left that time. Jimmy a little off shooting. Final shot of the quarter is no good. But a big quarter for Laurel Highlands. They jump out here 16-6. Golden Rams committing way too many turnovers with 5. Well, let's talk about the Bouchers. Nick and John again. They've got you covered, and you're in good hands. Special with them is they deal with young drivers, give you great rates. They have the idea that a young driver doesn't have to have an accent, so again, they will give you a break there. And old drivers like me, I get the break because of limited mileage on mine, so Nick and John will personalize the insurance you need. Give them a call at 724-224-4300. Again, they have evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. In the Valley, we know one thing. Nick and John are on your side. Highlands trailing here 16-6. Some scores from last night. Char Valley, number 1 in 5A. Number 1 in 6A. Upper St. Clair defeated them 65-56. our section opponent, Mars, got riddled by Pine Ridge in 80-53. Alderdice, a team that beat us the other day, still undefeated in the city with the 57-51 win. And Newcastle, number 2 in 5A, defeated Seneca Valley 83-60. Highlands win by here, trailing 16-6. Got to find some offense here. We're getting shots, just not converting them. Foster tried to make the extra pass to Leary, goes off his foot. Starting to sound like a broken record. 6 turnovers so far. Laurel Highlands yet to commit one. Golden Rams trying to find some offense here. They keep turning the ball over, it limits your shots. They trail her 16-6. Gallagher, a long range 3 off the back rim to Shields of the rebound. They say it's a clean block. Looks like Foster had a little body. Highlands breaking out 3-on-2. Jimmy to the corner to Leary. Leary has that shot blocked by Pratt. 6'3" junior. Braden Foster comes out. Trent Belak will check in. And that gets your attention. Jimmy contested. Ball goes off Laurel Highlands' hand. And Highlands will keep it. Yep. Highlands, the referee's indicating, but nobody from Highlands seems to want to take the ball out. That is not a good thing. 1 p.m. starts. Highlands seems like they haven't gotten out of bed yet. Wake up, guys. Quince, short. Rebound, Leary. Spacing is awful there. 2 guys standing next to each other, and that is the 7th turnover. And there's Pratt going to work right down the baseline. Uncontested. He's now got 7. More importantly, Laurel Highlands leads here 18-6. From the corner, Rygaard misses everything, but up and in with the rebound is Trent Belak, his first 2. Cuts lead to 18-8. Again, the 5A playoffs start this Wednesday. Actually, they're starting today. We call them pigtail games. 32 slots were open, only 23 were filled, so we have 9 buys. Highlands getting one of those buys as the 4 seed. Laurel Highlands getting the other one as the 3 seed, so they're playing here today, getting ready for the championship. Tied up, and the ball is going to be controlled by Laurel Highlands. They'll get to inbound the ball. Substitution in, Pacey for Highlands. Gallagher will trigger. You always want to watch him on the trigger because a lot of times they try to get the ball right back to him. People lose him. And he's going to come up to get the ball, guarded by Timmons. Davis has it. Gallagher tries to go in. Scoop, underhanded, up and in. Gallagher, a man of many moves. He now has 6. Scores 20-8. We get a chance, we'll break the quadrants down for 5A. Foul that time. First on Terrence Thomas Brown. And that makes it 7-2. Jordan Tavares enters the game early for the Golden Rams. Jordan, only a freshman, wears number 23. He had an outstanding middle school career. And we got Gallagher down there tying his shoes. Thought he maybe turned an ankle there, but up. He just wanted to get his shoes retied. Timmons to trigger. And Highlands goes to work here, trailing 20-8. 5:33 to go here in the second quarter. Timmons on a low block. Blocked by Pratt. To Tavares at the top of the key. Tavares misses everything, and they're going to give it to Highlands again. First time we've been in this gym, and it seems like the shooting background's a problem. Normally you're right up against the wall, but if you see that they have like a little pavilion here behind the basket, it seems to be giving the Golden Rams some trouble. Kick out to Quince. He's fouled that time. He'll shoot 2. Take your choice, Pratt or Brown. They're going to give it to Thomas Brown. That'll be his second. And Jimmy will go to the line to shoot a pair. Jimmy comes in shooting 60% from the line. Short with the first one. .507 to go here in the second quarter. And along with the second one. Quickly, Pavlik with the rebound. Timmons gets it. 2 shots, no basket. Here comes Gallagher. Now they're going to get the charge. Pacey does what Pacey does. And that is draw the charge on Rodney Gallagher. That'll be their first turnover of the game. They've gone a quarter and a half without committing a turnover, and that's why they're the number 3 seed. Come out of a tough section with Thomas Jefferson. I got to see them play Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is a big team. They got about 3 guys, 6'5". They have to be football players. They're huge. And a couple shooters. Jimmy Quince on the top of the key gets his second basket. Just cuts it to 20-10. I also got to see him play against McKeesport. McKeesport played a zone against him. They got out to an early Laurel Highlands rally, but late McKeesport took them out. Oh, attempted dunk. No. Put back up and in by Nick Egot. 22-10. You know, Dan, our cameraman, I don't think we've seen a dunk all year. We have not seen a dunk all year. Jimmy says he can do it. We know Johnny did do it many times last year. And now we have a little bit of a disagreement. Now let's see what happened out there. Looks like there was a discrepancy about whose ball it was. It is Highlands' ball, that's what I thought. Yep. It here. 4:16 to go in the quarter. Somehow they're dealing with the scoring issue. They're calling a foul on Pacey, but I don't see how we inbound the ball. Now what? Foul on Trent Pavlik there for an illegal screen, and that will be the 8th Highlands turnover. I don't see how they call a foul on Pacey and gave us the ball. Jaden Pratt off the bench now. He's got 7. And Laurel Highlands up again by double figures, 22-10. Nice pass by Tavares into Timmons. He gets his second basket. It's 22-14. And let's see what they're going to give the ball to Highlands. Forcing the second turnover. 3:35 to go in the second quarter. Highlands trailing by 8. Let's see if they can get a little run here. Braden Foster checks in for Pavlik. And we're going to have a timeout here. Gives us a chance to talk about the wireless zone. Wireless zone has locations throughout the AK Valley. only, 12 to be correct with the number. Any electronic needs, smartphones, iPads, you name it, they have it. Their locations are in the Walmart Plaza locally and in the Pittsburgh Mills Mall. If you need it, they got it. Check in with John Mason at thewirelesszone.com for all of your wireless needs. And again, we're talking about what's going to happen next week. We mentioned that we're going to play the winner of the Trinity-Kiski game. And that game, Kiski had led early in the game, and checking to see if Milo has any updates for us. He does. We have a final. Trinity rallies to beat Kiski 70-47. I had predicted that one, by the way, and I'll go through my predictions. We'll get a chance a little bit later on. Franklin Regional takes care of Armstrong by 6. So it'll be Highlands Trinity. Trinity visiting Wednesday at Highlands, and again, we'll talk about that as we go along. Highlands now trailing 24-12. Inbounds the ball. And Leary drops it down to Foster. Foster's going to get fouled. Foster go to the line, 1 for 2 today so far. Actually, 2 for 2. Sorry about that. And that foul is going to be on Nick Egnott, his first. In and out that time for Foster. Now 2 of 3 from the line. Underclassmen on the floor for the Golden Rams. Foster misses them both. Timmons tracks it down to the quarter. That ball should have been a foul on Palumbo instead of a turnover on the Golden Rams. Egnott strong to the basket. Got Timmons off his feet. He scores his fourth. And it's now 26-12. 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Tavares from the corner. He misses everything. Pratt skies to get it. And Gallagher to the front court. Nobody comes out to defend Pratt. I just need the timeout here. Pratt now with 9. And the lead is 28-12. Got to stop the ball. The Golden Rams have not been doing that. Clinch tries to penetrate. No foul. Palumbo gets the rebound. Off to Gallagher. Into the corner to Brown. Brown 3. Long. Ingot had his hands on it. They're going to give the ball to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs with 2:17 to go. Highlands trailing here 28-12. By the way, all the games in the playoffs this year, if it's a weekday game, it'll be 6 p.m. start. If it's a Saturday game, it will be a noon start. That's how we have those finals already, since our start was 1 o'clock here. Pratt misses, gets his own rebound, and knocked down by Foster. They're going to call a jump ball. Foster, the freshman, just stood there and made sure he didn't have that ball taken away from him, and the jump ball is going to go to Highlands. It'll be the third turnover by the Mustangs. Highlands going to try to cut into this lead with 2:11 to go, trailing 28-12 here in the first half. Good job by Davis on the defense. They're going to get Palumbo for Rodden Leary. Palumbo's first. And team 7? Yes, it is. We'll shoot 1-on-1. Leary will go to the line. Carter Leary, first attempt today. He is a 52% foul shooter. He makes his first. And the Golden Rams are going to have to get back in this game on defense, and so far, they haven't made very many stops. Leary converts both. That's good news for the Golden Rams. Now trail 28-14. Sounds like a football score. As we approach the 1-minute 30-second mark here in the first half. Laurel Highlands content just to dribble against this zone. Colombo gets the ball turned over. The fourth one. Golden Rams numbers out in front. Loveland lays it in. Golden Rams cut it to 28-16. From the top of the key, long one. Missed. Tipped in by the Shield. And again, they're dominating the glass. Davis missed. The Shields convert. Timmons on it. Gets it to Jimmy Kuntz. Jimmy's tied up. And that's going to be Laurel Highlands' ball. And that will be the 10th turnover of the half. Cam Regard checks in along with DJ Loveland. Khalil Long. Timmons and Kuntz still out there. Oh, that should have been a turnover. Brett didn't expect the ball to come. And let's see. Looked like he walked. He came down, but they're going to say instead of travel, he was fouled by Regard before the travel. So that's going to put him on the line, shooting 2. That is 10th team foul. Miss on the first one. Keandre the Shields, again a transfer from Uniontown. Laurel Highlands is interesting. They surround Uniontown. It's like a big circle. Shields misses both. And the Golden Rams got to work with 1 minute to go here. Clint's going to get fouled. Let's see who they get on that foul. They had 3 guys going after the ball. And they're going to put that one on the Shields. That's his second. And Jimmy will shoot 2, I believe. Sure. Jimmy now with 5, the leading scorer. Second up and good. Highlands now trail 30-18. Jimmy has 6. And it's 47 seconds to go here in the first half. Laurel Highlands will be content to hold the ball. I would too. You're up a dozen. Question is, will they just go into their offense, or will they attempt to take a timeout and set something up here? And it looks like Highlands content to let him take the clock down too. Try to regroup at halftime. Come out in the second half. Down to 13. Normally at 10 they start. Here comes the pick from Pratt. Over to Gallagher. No surprise there. He misses. 4 seconds to go. We're going to have a foul. Looks like Pratt's going to get a foul. Send Timmons to the foul line with 3.6 to go. Pratt's first. And Chandler will shoot a 1-on-1 with 3.6 to go. Timmons a 62% free throw shooter. He misses. Front ends of 1-on-1s are killers. And that's going to end the first half with Highlands trailing here 30-18. So the Golden Rams face some challenging times going in the second half. And speaking of challenging times, let's talk about Joe and Joe, the Lakinos. They give you financial advice for these challenging times. And the most important thing I think about the Lakinos is they put it in terms you can understand, whether it's your insurance needs, financial investments, securing things like CDs, certificates of deposit, or any type of annuity. Joe and Joe always know, and they can get the right information for you. And a lot of it depends upon where you are at, what part of your life. Some younger people want to invest more in stock, older people want more secure. They'll find the investments that are right for you. Call them today at 724-224-8908 or 724-905-7583. Joe and Joe always know it's halftime. I'm trailing here 30-18. Halftime stats brought to you by B&J Sports. Over 6 years of experience in the sporting goods industry, B&J Sports offers jackets, trophies, any type of equipment. You can't beat the people with B&J Sports. Glenn and his staff, they'll take care of you. Open Monday through Friday, also Saturday morning. Call Glenn at B&J Sports at 724-226-2762. That's B&J Sports. Hide the kids for a second. I have an important halftime stat for you. Highlands 0 for 10 from the three-point line. Laurel Highlands 0 for 7. That's a combined 0 for 17. It's like we're having a bricklayers convention here this afternoon. Somebody's got to hit a 3. Nobody has yet. Highlands are led by Jimmy Kuntz with 6. Carter Leary has 2. Chandler Timmons 4. DJ Loveland 2. Braden Foster 2. Trent Belak 2 for a total of 18. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs, they've had balanced scoring led by Jaden Pratt off the bench. He's got 9. DeShields has 6. Gallagher has 6. Davis has 6. Is that a broken record? And Engott has 4. So, Golden Rams trailing 30-18. Going to have a strong effort here in the second half. As we always say, it starts on defense, but you also have to hit a couple shots. You can't go 0 for 10 from the three-point line. And again, we said we were going to discuss the tournament. We have a couple final scores for you. We said Trinity has already beaten Kiski. They're going to be our opponent Wednesday evening. All day, weekdays will start at 6 p.m., so it'll be a 6 p.m. tap at Highlands. There will be no tickets available because of coronavirus requirements. So again, you'll join in, live stream, and we hope to bring it to you too. Highlands will go to the attack. Laurel Highlands playing straight man-to-man. DJ Loveland breaks the streak. I guess I just had to mention it. He hits a 3. Golden Rams cut into the lead early, 30-21. Under double digits now. Let's see if the Rams can get a stop here on defense. The Shields in the corner. And I think we're going to have a charge. Yes, we are. Davis charges DJ Loveland. His first. Now let's see if the Golden Rams will get a little spark off that. We said it starts on the defensive end. That time, Davis turned the ball over. That's their 5th turnover. Highlands again committed 10 in the first half. But the Golden Rams have a chance to cut into the lead. Original starters on the floor for the Golden Rams. Belak, Loveland, Quint, Timmons, Leary. Leary's met on top by Palumbo. Picks up his dribble. DJ over to Leary. Leary tries baseline, finds Belak. Belak loses the ball. 11th turnover, and here comes Gallagher on the attack. That's what he does. Misses. Timmons with his 9th rebound so far in the game. And Hines goes to the attack. Quince tries the 3, missed it, and here comes Gallagher. Both teams want to run here to start the second half. He misses, follow up by Engott. Nobody boxed him out. And he follows up on Gallagher's miss and scores. Here's 2 outstanding sophomores playing each other right now. Jimmy Quince against Gallagher. They wanted to get an offensive foul on Belak, and they get the offensive foul, but it's not on Belak. It's on Timmons, his second, 12th turnover. And Laurel Highlands gets the ball. Flurry of activity here to start the third quarter. Both teams want to get up and down the floor. And don't forget, they are number 3 and number 4 in the 5A tournament that starts today, but our starts will be next Wednesday. 3-pointer off by DeShields. Highlands just throws the ball away. Unbelievable. Different pages together. Salt Trib Live. They put a top 10 together regardless of conference which you're in. And of the 10 top teams, 5 are from 5A. We'll get to that in a second. Gallagher Top of the key over to Palumbo. Palumbo's yet to hit a three, and that's his forte. Fights and gets the ball back over to Shields. That time they throw it out of bounds. They're going to say Highlands touched it. Haven't got a break yet today when it comes to calls. Our referees there, Scott Lavander, Brad Youngman, and Cody Thomas. Shields gets it over. Davis takes a three, nails it. That's their first three. So the rims are loosening up here in the second half. Golden Rams find themselves down 14 now. 35-21. Nice pass inside to Foster. Assist goes to Timmons. Golden Rams cut it down to an even dozen. 35-23. Palumbo over to Shields. Shields kicks it out. Three missed. The Shields gets the rebound. They're killing us on the glass. Timmons gets that one. He ain't got a rebound today. He's got 10 of them now. And Highlands goes to the attack. Timmons picks up his dribble, fires to the corner to Quince. Over to DJ Loveland. Hit another three for him. Misses. Foster had the rebound. Lost it to Davis. And on the attack is the Shields, and he'll get fouled by Braden Foster. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. The Shields so far 1 for 4 from the charity stripe. Makes the first. Mentioned they are undefeated in their section. Last year, they were only 7-5 in their section, and they won the 5A title with a great run. Golden Rams won their section last year, tying with Knock. Palumbo gets the ball out of bounds. Highlands will trigger it back in. And the Highlands run to the 4A title. They beat Ringgold, Blackhawk, and Bell Vernon. I mentioned that top 10 regardless of division. Bell Vernon is number 1 out of all divisions. They're a 4A team. Our Lady of Sacred Heart team we played, they're a 2A team. They're ranked number 2. So that just tells you some of the lower divisions have some pretty darn good teams. Upper St. Clair up in 6A and Fox Chapel are the 3 and 4 spots. Then it's all 5A after that. Chartiers Valley 5, Newcastle 6, Laurel Highlands 7. We are 8th, and we're going to have a foul call here. See who they're going to get here. They're going to get Gallagher. That'll be his second. Throw the inbound pass away, and they're off to the races. The Shield up and in. 14th turnover cost the Golden Rams. They find themselves trailing now by 16 points, 39-23. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Into Long, gets double teamed, gets over Timmons. Long gets the offensive glass. He converts. That's his first basket. And Highlands now down 39-25. Filling out the top 10, Highlands 8, Mars 9, and Lincoln Place is 10th. So 5 of the top 10 teams are from 5A. This shows you how balanced that division is. Pull-up baseline, pull-up jumper from the key. Shields knocks it down. He now leads all scorers with 11. And Highlands finds themselves down 16. Quince out to Timmons. Back to Quince. Three-pointer on the way, and three-pointer is down. Jimmy gets his first 3 of the day. He has 9, 41-28. Golden Rams again within striking distance. The Laurel Highlands have been pulling away when needed. Gallagher goes to work, spots up. Sure. He was doing that one in practice. Dan, our cameraman, said he didn't miss, and that one was pure for sure. Loveland on foot on the line. Rebound. Out to Gallagher. Over to Davis. There's a long 3, and Davis is sure with that one. Back-to-back threes for him. He now leads all scorers with a dozen. The Golden Rams find themselves down 18 here. Jimmy, pump fake, nice dump down to Long. Long is fouled from behind by Davis. He'll go to line and shoot a pair. Khalil, a 38% foul shooter. Gives a chance to talk about B&E Home Renovations, where the B is always busy. They've been working 12-hour days, and again, with over 100 years of experience, you see their trucks everywhere in the Heights. If you need any type of home improvements, now's the time to do it. Everybody loves a spring remodeling job. Call them at 724-351-3172. B&E Home Renovations, where the B is always busy. First one missed by Long. 2:26 to go in the third quarter. Highlands down by 18. He'll shoot the second, and that is pure. Khalil now with 3 points. The lead is 17. Here's Palumbo. I've watched a few games of theirs. This kid can shoot. He hits a three. I mentioned nobody had threes. Now we're hitting threes left and right. They have three. Highlands has two. Over to Foster. Foster to Leary. Stripped out by Palumbo. He scores. 15 turnovers. Quick five for Palumbo. And Highlands finds themselves down 51-29. Now Highlands goes on offense. Timmons gets it over to Foster. Second time up and in. Braden Foster hung with that one. He has 6 points. Gets an offensive rebound. Highlands now down by 20. Sitting back in the zone, they're going to be content with Laurel Highlands. Just take some time off the clock. They did this at the end of the second quarter, and they're doing it here now. Gallagher directing traffic out there. Stolen by Leary. Over to Pacey. Back to Leary. Missed. Pacey with the offensive glass into Foster. He gets it up and in. Braden Foster converts that turnover. And look, the Rams cutting to the lead, 51-33. Gallagher once again, 35 seconds ago. Ball is always in his hands. If I had a kid like him, he'd have the ball too. Highlands sitting in that zone. They can't run clear outs. The team plays you man-to-man. I would have four guys on the right side and Gallagher on the left. Nice spot up by DeShields. He misses. Pratt blocked out nicely by Quint 13 seconds ago. Highlands going to get one here. Hopefully. What are they going to call here? They got Braun, gets his third. Thought Jimmy gave him kind of the arm bar there. The Billy Cooner arm bar, we like to call that from the past. 9.5 seconds ago. Highlands better watch. I saw that coming. He did not. Pratt almost stripped him. Jimmy Quint's up and in with the basket. He now has 11. And at the buzzer, falls short. Highlands comes on. And again, nice third quarter for them, but also Laurel Highlands leads here 51-35. The Golden Rams find themselves down 16 as we head to the fourth and final quarter. Gives us a chance to talk about Phoenix rehabilitation. As you know, we've chronicled my dealings with Phoenix throughout the season. I had a shoulder surgery and a bicep repair, and I've been going to them for the past 3 months, and glad to say they've been doing a great job with me. I'm down to 2 days a week now instead of 3. If you have any type of orthopedic problems, any type of physical therapy needs, call Adrian and the gang at Phoenix Rehab. Again, my goal is to golf in April, and right now it looks like we're headed that way. They're located in Heights Plaza, right behind Eaton Park. The number is 724-246-8255. 224-5090. Or find them on the web at phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. By the way, we got some viewer mail here instead of a trivia question. Brian in Brackridge writes, what are your top 5 basketball games you have announced? Well, I've been lucky. I've been able to do both radio and TV. One thing about doing TV, you can never do a finals game because somebody always buys the exclusive rights. But my number one game would be 1995. I got to do the championship game for Highlands on the radio for WTYM. If we have a chance, I'll get the other ones later. They all involve TV. Highlands looks like they're going to come out in a 1-2-2. And it looks like Laurel Highlands going to be patient. Colombo off the back, ridden off the ball. Rygaard by the Shields, 16th turnover. And that's a developing trend we don't want to have. Last time we had 18 turnovers and lost to Ted Allardyce. Now we're at 16 as we head to the fourth quarter. Trailing here 51-35. The Shields, rough ride by Kuhn. Gets over Pratt. He pulls up, misses. Will Long gets the rebound. Highlands goes to work here on offense. Khalil Long has to get rid of the ball. Gets over to Jimmy Quince for a long 3. Misses. Here comes Gallagher. Here's what he likes to do. Play the open court. Gets it over to Palumbo. The 3-pointer. He misses. Nice outlet by Long. Down to Rygaard. Through Jimmy Quince. And the Golden Rams get the basket. They're going to go man now, it looks like, here in the final 6:33. And Rygaard draws Gallagher. Freshman against sophomore. But again, into the middle, the Shield blocked off by Long. Highlands on the attack. Ball's knocked out from behind by Gallagher. But Highlands will get to inbound it. Again, back in 95, Highlands beat Blackhawk by 1 on a Kaprivnikar jumper. That was my number one game. Number 2, I will put the win over Shar Valley back in 2008 when they had McConnell, got us to the finals. Number 3 would be another time we got to the finals. It's 2002, beat West Mifflin in the semifinals. Leary off the bank. Long with the putback. A little long. 5 points all in the second half, and Highlands finds themselves down only a dozen now. And you have to play man-to-man. You have to come out and play it. Down a dozen, they're going to be happy to stay at the mid-court line. This time it is Davis with the ball. Got to watch for a 5-second call. Kicks it over to Brown. Brown back to Gallagher. Pacey on him. Foster picks him up. Gallagher stops. Gets it back out to Brown. It looks like they're going to be content to hold the ball for a little bit here. 5:25 to go. The lead is a dozen. And we have a timeout. Coach Hogger doesn't like what they're doing on offense, and basically they're not looking at the basket anymore. So again, they're going to say we need a little bit more than 51. They're going to figure things out here. While they do that, gives us a chance to talk about Planet Fitness in the Heights, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can join for just $10 a month. And don't forget the People Meter app. That tells you who's working out and when, so you can gym confidently. Give Ross a call at Planet Fitness, 724-895-3900. Spring's a great time to get into shape. They're located in the Heights Plaza again. That's 724-895-3900. So I mentioned the Blackhawk Championship game, the Shar Valley win in 2009, 2002 win over West Mifflin. Both games got us to the finals. Then the last 2 would have to be the last 2 times we won section championships at home. 2018, we had a win over Franklin Regional. And in 2020, the win at Knock last year, both locked up section championships for us. And again, both got us into 2020, we got to the championship game. And with this young group out here, I'm looking forward to some great ones to come, too. So, again, those are the top 5, Bryan and Brackenridge. Those are the top 5 games. As far as individual performance, that's an easy one between Micah Mason and 64 points against Valley. So it seems the Gold Rams cut to this 51-39 lead. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And they are going to be patient again. And that means Highlands will start to double team everything. And this, again, is the situational basketball we've always been talking about. What would they do? And they're going to call an offensive foul. Pacey does what Pacey does. He draws the offensive foul on Pratt. His second. Pratt yet to score in the second half. Led all scorers in the first half. And more importantly, Highlands gets the ball, the chance to cut it down to 10 or maybe even single digits with this trip. And it looks like Highlands going to call a timeout and have some strategy. Gives us a chance to talk about the playoffs coming up. As I mentioned, we take a look at the quadrants, and in the top quadrant you have Chartiers Valley. They're awaiting the winner of the Hampton-McKeesport game, kind of like McKeesport in that one. Down below is the 8-9 matchup, Albert Gallatin against Gateway. I'm going to pick an upset here. I like Albert Gallatin. They have those kids from the Virgin Islands. And then to get to the semifinals, Star Valley will play Albert Gallatin. I'm going to go with the upset and put Albert Gallatin in there. So Albert Gallatin will get into the top quadrant. Below, that's where we are. We're going to play Trinity. They've already beaten Kiski area on Wednesday. And Franklin Regional defeated Armstrong today, so they'll play Mars. I think Hampton and Mars get through there. And of course, I like Highlands to get to the semifinals against Albert Gallatin. And why not? Let's have Highlands go back to the championship game one more time, this time in 5A instead of 4A. We'll get to the other bracket when we get another break. I'll preview it. I like Laurel Highlands. So how about Laurel Highlands and Highlands in the championship? We talked about in the pregame. That could possibly happen. Jimmy Kuntz nails the 3, gets Highlands down to single digits, 51-42. Not going away yet, 4:35 to go. Maybe Laurel Highlands pulled the trigger a little too early with holding the ball. Let's see if the Golden Rams have to play defense. Now they're going to have to chase. Gallagher cuts in the lane, gives it to Brown. Brown 3 misses. Foster and Long fight for the rebound. Long comes down with it. Over to Leary. Leary to Kuntz. I like the number 3 on 2. Down to Foster. And he's fouled from behind. Shields picks up his third. And Braden Foster will go to the line and shoot a pair. Very interesting at the 4:09 mark. And the Laurel Highlands fans are letting the Laurel Highlands coaching staff know that they should have kept playing. It's easy to do it when you're on this side, trust me. Braden Foster misses his second. He is now 2 for 4 from the foul line. Braden has 8 points. That's 3 games in a row where he scored 8 or more. The freshman, 6'6", getting some playing time in here. And that one wrestles home. He has 9. Comes in averaging 2.9, so well above his average. And now the Golden Rams have to go to work on the defensive end, only trailing by 8. As we're halfway through the fourth quarter, Gallagher takes a long 3, and that's a dagger right there. Played defense on a few trips, and he just lobs it up from way out there, and that's why he's a first-team 5A player in the state of Pennsylvania. Leary just turns the ball over. Gallagher out to Davis. Davis now has 14, leads all scorers. And more importantly, that 9-point lead now extends out to 13. Leary down the baseline, misses everything. Egot out to Gallagher. Gallagher against Kuntz, one-on-one. Kuntz blocked that shot. Rebound to Pacey. Pacey out to Kuntz. Over to Long. Long misses. Kuntz follows, though. And the Golden Rams have a flurry going here. Kuntz now has 16. One below his average at the 3-minute mark. It's a 9-point lead. Gallagher throws the ball away. That is only their 6th turnover. That's amazing. And that's why they're number 3 seed. Highlands committed 17 turnovers, but the Golden Rams get a chance to cut into the lead at 2:52, get it back to single digits again. The only problem is the Golden Rams are running out of time. There was 2:45 to go here in the fourth and final period. Quince gets double teamed, drops in the long off the glass and in. Khalil Long now has 7, all in the second half, and you look up, it's a 9-point lead again. Hine's going to come out and pressure full court now. And we're going to get a timeout by Laurel Highlands. Rodney Gallagher discussing with his coach here. They're kind of adamant about why that timeout was called. But you know what? That'll give us a chance to get to the other side of the bracket. And on the top right-hand quadrant, you have number 2, Newcastle, waiting for the winner of Plum, West Allegheny. I'm going to take West Allegheny there. And then I think Newcastle will get to the quarterfinals. Interesting 7-10 game. Thomas Jefferson plays the Trobe. Told you I saw Thomas Jefferson play. I like them. And I like Newcastle to get to the semifinals coming out of that quadrant. Lower quadrant, we have Laurel Highlands, awaiting the winner of Shaler and Ringgold. Kind of like Shaler, they haven't played much, but again, Shaler has that big kid in the middle that gave us a tough time. I had them playing Laurel Highlands. And on the bottom, we have South Fayette, Woodland Hills today. I like South Fayette in that one. They'll get the winner of the Penn Hills game. I think Penn Hills beats South Fayette. I think Laurel Highlands takes care of Shaler. Then I like Laurel Highlands to take care of Penn Hills. And as I mentioned, why not have a repeat of this game? Laurel Highlands and Highlands in the final. Write it down. Let's see what happens here in the final 2:26. 9-point lead. Davis down at the Shields, and he is blocked by Long. They're going to get Long with the lower body, but Khalil Long went right up there with the Shields. 6'2", against 6'2". The Shields a good line to shoot to. Long gets his third. Makes the first. The Shields now has a dozen. And it's a 10-point game. Make it 2. He now has 13. 2:15 to go in the game. Highlands finds themselves down 11. They'll need something fast here. Timmons over to Pacey. Pacey to the corner. Gets it to Leary. Leary, Timmons, top of the key. Jimmy Quince on a runner. Doesn't go. They're going to give it to Highlands. That looked good. Just wouldn't fall for the Golden Rams. And they will inbound here with 2 minutes to go. And Highlands is going to take a timeout. Both coaches strategizing. Highlands has faced Laurel Highlands before in the playoffs. Again, in 2007, it was very interesting. I was telling their AD on the way in, we faced them, and we had I think we were number 1 seed or number 2 seed. They came in number 16, and their record was 10-9. Well, little did we know that they had a 6'6" future tight end at Notre Dame named Caleb Ramsey. Caleb came to play that day. He had 42 points, and we find out their 10-9 record was Caleb Ramsey was injured in 9 of those 19 games. They were 0-9, and when Caleb was healthy, they were 10-0. So that took care of the Highlands Golden Rams, but we got our revenge. 3 years later, we beat them in double overtime. We were led by Micah Mason. And then our final playoff meeting was back in 2017. Laurel Highlands pulled the upset again in that game. It was a close game. Highlands had the ball, down 1, tried a backdoor play. It failed. Laurel Highlands dribbled out the clock, and they went on, and Highlands went home. So, playoff records, 2-1, Laurel Highlands. My prediction comes true. We'll get to play them again in the playoffs. Remember, this is not a playoff game. This is a tune-up for the playoffs that'll start this Wednesday. Highlands trying to inbound the ball. They're having trouble. Pacey threw it to space. Luckily, Leary got it. He's in the corner for a 3. Yes! Leary with his first 3. And you look up, it's an 8-point game. I think Highlands got to put him on a foul line. Gallagher, coast to coast, kicks it out. Now they're going to pull it over to Davis. Gallagher, wide open 3. And once again, guys, you're seeing why he is all-state first team. Pacey throws that one away, and that may be the game right there. Rodney Gallagher, 14 points, but boy, did he hit 2 key threes. Now he's going to control the ball. Get it over to Davis. Highlands had their chance right there. Gallagher, target practice, misses that one. Golden Rams going to come down again. To Long, and unfortunately off his fingertips. That is the 19th turnover, and once again, give Laurel Highlands credit. They've only committed 6 this entire game. DJ Loveland going to check in for Timmons. And we're going to have a timeout by Laurel Highlands with 1:05 to go, ahead by 11. Again, I want to thank all of our sponsors this year. Dan Timmons Painting to protect and beautify. The Anchor Inn, Joe, Andy, and Dean for that great homemade cuisine. You can't beat the Anchor Inn. We've mentioned already Highland Tire. The Bouchers, the Laquinos, Wireless Zone, B&J Sports, Beanie, Phoenix Rehabilitation, and Planet Fitness. I call it the Golden Corridor as you go up Freeport Road. And again, we cannot get these games on without our sponsors. So again, we deeply appreciate you helping out. Again, we really enjoy putting the games on YouTube, and when we have a home game, they're also been on Comcast, and we get a lot of positive feedback, and that keeps us going. And the most important thing is kids get great memories to have. These games are archived on YouTube, and they'll go back and look at them. My son still watches back in the 08-09 years. I know the Timmonses like to do it too. So again, thank you to our sponsors, and 1 minute to go, and now Highlands is going to go to the foul game, and DJ Loveland touches up the shield. We're going to put him on the line. He is 5 out of 8 so far, and that's only the 14th foul. So the Highlands go around to put him on the line. Going to have to commit some team fouls very quickly here. First half they had a bunch. Second half not as many. Ball's going to go in the backcourt, and that gets the clock to run. You got to foul him, guys. We can't wait. You can't wait. You got to foul him. You can't wait. You got to foul him. You can't wait. You have to foul him. And they do. And it'll be DJ Loveland again, and that will be only the 15th foul. We still have a few more to give before we can get them to foul line and try to get the ball in our hands, trailing 61-50 with only 44 seconds to go here. You have to foul them. You have to foul them. You have to foul them. Oh, we got a tie-up, even better. You don't have to foul them. I take all that back. Highlands gets the ball, only the 7th turnover, and maybe they can get back in here. 61-50, 38 ticks to go. And again, Gallagher comes out, makes Quince pick it up, so the clock is running. Long gets it. There's not a lot of movement here, guys. We're down by 11. Let's see what we can do here. Here's Quince on the move. Off the ice and missed, but Khalil Long has been a force here today. Long has 9. Raiden Foster also has 9. Regard commits the foul now. That is only the 16th foul. We still need one more. 19 ticks to go. Highlands cut it down to a 9-point lead. It's trailing here 61-42. It's funny, Laurel Highlands comes in averaging 63 points a game. They're right at their average. Gallagher fouled from behind by Leary. He will go to the line, where he is 2 out of 3 so far. Leary picks up his 3rd foul. And it looks like the Golden Rams are going to run out of time here, unfortunately. Never had a lead in this game. They went down 7-0 early, and they've been trailing ever since. A couple of runs at Laurel Highlands, but you can see why they're the number 3 seed. Number 1, Char Valley. Number 2, Newcastle. Number 4, Highlands. And those teams, if they can win their first game, are guaranteed a home game in this COVID Open tournament coming up. So the Golden Rams, we hope to look at not 1 but 2 home games. But first got to get by Trinity this Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And they're going to dribble it out. out there, and that's going to be the final score. Laurel Highlands 63, Highlands 52. That's our final tune-up before we get to the playoffs. And again, I want to thank everybody who's made all of our productions possible this year. The game will be live streamed on Wednesday, and we hope to have it for you also. Again, check YouTube and Comcast. If the game is on, it'll be on Wednesday will be the game itself. The replay will be that Friday at 8 p.m. All right, thanks to cameraman Dan here and everybody else who helped us get set up. Final score once again, Laurel Highlands 63, Highlands 52. So long.